Here's what I'm confident in: the pass rush.
Okay.
You went offense, I went defense. I love the whole defense. And there's certain things that Steve Wilkes is doing that I don't like as much, but he's overall doing a great job. And I'm not going to nitpick him, really. I just want to praise him. And his pass rush that he has now, Randy Gregory, Eric Armstead, Javon Hargrave, and Nick Bosa, it's phenomenal. It's as good of a four-man pass rush as you could put together in the league. I mean, it's hard to say which one is worse. Randy Gregory was so good in his debut, and he didn't even play that much. Now they got to work on stopping the run. I don't know. I mean, none of these guys set the edge like Samson Ebukam used to. But the pass rush is really good. It feels like it's good or better than the one they had in 2019. Armstead's, I'd rank them as Bosa, Hargrave, Gregory, Armstead. That's how I would do it. Armstead's a hell of a fourth pass rusher. Only thing is Steve Wilkes needs to start calling tighter man coverage so that the pass rush can actually do something. D'Amico used to talk about it last year. He's like, I want to play press man and force the quarterback to take an extra hitch because if I do, we're sacking that guy. And it's like Steve Wilkes has been way too conservative. And yet they're not giving up a lot of points, but he's been so conservative. The Niners haven't been able to get the production out of those extremely high-priced defensive linemen. So you might want to think about that, Steve.
Okay, so Kyle Shanahan's the head coach. Kyle Shanahan also has said in the past that he prefers defenses that gives his offense trouble. Knowing what the Browns just did to him, what are the chances he goes to Wilkes and says, all right, we already got the wide nine in place. We need to start playing man. We have to. That is the wave. We're playing cover 2 man. That's what we're going to do going forward because the 49ers have the corners for it. They've been building this secondary, it seems, for the last 3 years to play man, and they don't play man a ton. It's very interesting. We've talked about this in the past. So does that change? Because you're right. If they continue to play these soft zone coverages, that defense line, no matter how good the defensive line is, they're not going to get home on a regular basis. They're going to get a ton of pressures. They're never going to get a lot of sacks because there's always going to be an option underneath. They can't continue to play it.
With this pass rush, I would want to play 2-man. That's 2 deep, man under.
Yep.
Because, and what I would do also, I think Fangio used to do this back in the day with the Niners teams, put those 2 safeties 9 yards off the ball, not deep at all. It's almost like a 9-man box because that quarterback isn't going to take a 7-step drop against that pass rush. The ball's coming out quick. So don't play super deep. Play 9 yards off the ball with your safeties. Play a 9-man box and just smother them. I mean, take away all the quick throws. All the quick throws are gone playing press man. And if you want to get the ball out, you're going to have to actually block us, drop back, hitch, scan the field. You got to do all of that. Why not? Why make it so easy on them? Just play, hey, we're going to play quarters, play way off. And if you want to check down, that's there all day. Don't do that. You're too talented to do that. Why do that?
Yeah, there's no reason to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. And I would, like I said, I would hope that Kyle Shanahan, who seemed frustrated with the lack of adjustments on defense this last week, would just start to say, listen, this is what we're going to do. This is what gave me problems. We have to do it. This is the new wave. We're going to go this route. And they have the perfect team for it. They really do. They may not have the corners, the elite corners all the way through that Cleveland has, but they certainly have the pass rush. They certainly have the safeties. And the advantage they have is they have Fred Warner in the middle of that defense. That's a massive advantage that nobody else has. They can play 2-man, cover 2-man all day long. They can play that
all day. Yes. And Travarius Ward is way better in man than in zone, in my opinion. They got him to play man coverage.
Yes.
Lenore, I think, does a good job too. And if you feel he's too small on the outside, move him in the slot and trade for someone. You have $41 million in cap space. That's what you want to do.
Well, and I know that we don't necessarily believe in Ambry, but Ambry's been forced to play a lot of zone. And when we have seen him play well in short stints, it has been with man. That's what he was coming out of college. He was a man, press man corner. So maybe put him in a spot to be comfortable, move Lenore inside and just see how it works.
I just want to say I don't condone playing Ambry Thomas.
I agree, but maybe in man it can change a little bit. Not my favorite decision.
Hey, run it. Give it a shot in practice. Give it a shot in practice. That goes.
Yeah, there we go.
Matt McEwen says, "Can Minnesota even play press man?" Real talk.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, they could try. I'd actually rather try playing press man than if you play zone. It's just, death by 1,000 cuts. You could call it. Like, it might feel like you're not losing. You're losing. It's gonna happen. So I just don't see what the point of even trying. You mix it in with the Niners, but if you play primarily zone, how many times do you have to see Purdy dice that apart? Blitzing him doesn't work. Confusing him with zones doesn't. Blitzing him makes him like. You're like thinking he'll be a deer in the headlights. He's not.
No.
And then giving him all those different zone stuff, it's like, oh well, he hasn't done his homework. He did. Like, what you really need to do is be like a quarterback, physically in the pocket, reading the defense, standing tall in the pocket. That's tough. Yeah. Make him do that. Fast says Browns D held every pass offense to low numbers. Purdy missed throws in the rain. Ike dropped a TD. Kicker missed 2 times. Refs also had a terrible day. Hey, Brock also missed Christian McCaffrey. Why isn't that in there first? Deep.
I will say that pass to Ayuk was an absolute dot. He had one phenomenal throw on the day, and that was it. That was good. That was a great throw.
For a guy with super long arms, how come Brandon Ayuk can't come down with contested catches more often?
I don't know.
If he could, he'd be elite, but he can't. He's not. McEwen.
Did you read that last one? You missed the last one. You don't think
I do that sometimes. My bad. Sorry about that. Keith Murphy. He must have been mad. We could say Burrow was hurt, but he threw for 82 yards against Cleveland. Most teams don't have corners that good. Those two were amazing.
They are. Joe Burrow's had bad starts the last 2 seasons. I'm not going to blame it on his injury. I don't think that would be fair. But I would say that Lamar Jackson absolutely cooked him. He went 15-19, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, 27 rushing yards, and 2 more touchdowns. So he's an elite quarterback, and he played like an elite quarterback with guys like Gus Edwards, Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews. So there we go.
Well, that's because he is an elite quarterback. Matt McEwen says Detroit has the ability to play that aggressive D. That's a team that I just might have to go through.
Yeah, but Mosley's out for the season. He played about 5 snaps. Tore his ACL. You've got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, who has a torn pec and is expected to be back around week 18. So he's not playing. Like they had 3 big key free agent signings in the secondary, and 2 of the 3 are not playing right now. So I don't know that they can.
Jeremy Price, yo, what up, G and Jess? Off topic a bit, but what's good with Kittle getting the ball? What's good? It doesn't happen.
This thought that he's staying in and blocking is just not the truth. He was out on routes 83% of the time last game, and he got targeted twice.
Got to do a little film breakdown. Brother Bob says no. PP said BP is the real deal in the next QB Hall of Fame. Okay, Jeremy Price is another thing. Why isn't Kyle assertive with CMC, like telling him to get off the field? He's not really assertive with any of the Cabo dudes. Jeremy Price, come on, G. Last week was a trap.
It was a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Matt McEwen says I'm driving the Mason bandwagon all aboard.